Here we are 1 year later after I have completely overhauled my Jeep suspension. Now let me tell you right now, it was awesome. I used a MetalCloak Game Changer. Technically it's the Rocklander variant of a Game Changer. Only difference is the rear springs. Other than that, it's a Game Changer. And it has been amazing. I'm gonna give you a full review. I'm gonna tell you how I've used this Jeep since I've done it, how it has helped me. And I'm gonna give you the height differences 1 year later after I did the install compared to how it was then, how much it's settled since then, how it has rode after 10,000 miles, driving across 10 states, getting 2 Jeep Badge of Honor. So here is my honest review. This suspension has got me 10,000 miles. I've been in 10 different states since I changed the suspension. I've been to Beasley Knob. I have been to Merus Adventure Park. I've done a lot of rides and I am extremely pleased with this suspension. It has held up well. I've had 0 issues with it. But there's one thing you probably need to know if you're going to go this route with your suspension. The drop brackets hang lower and they hit obstacles. I've hit them several times on rocks, and just to give you a heads up, they're going to hit. I only did the front drop brackets. I did not do the rear. And my logic behind that was I would rather hit a rock and have to come, say it's like that, have to come off of it rather than come back here and then drag right here and try to go through a rock with a drop bracket in the rear. So I only did the drop brackets in the front. Plus I'm more concerned about the front geometry with steering, trying to keep that stuff stabilized, than I am with the rear. So there's my disclaimer. The drop brackets do hit. I've hung my control arms up. I've actually rode one of my control arms at Beasley's Knob. I landed on a rock right behind the shocks, and I rode that all the way down that control arm and off the drop bracket onto the chassis and then come off the rock. If I didn't have the drop brackets, I probably wouldn't even hit that rock. Not a big deal. Didn't cause me any issues. I went right through it like it was no problem. I have never got hung up on the suspension. I've never been hung up on the drop brackets. They've never been an issue. I've hit them hard several times. They worked just fine. It took some of the metal off the bottom of it and it flared out a little bit on one side, but I mean, if you're riding rocks in a Jeep, it's the stuff you're gonna do, you know. So you don't come out of a rock climbing adventure with a Jeep without some scratches and some dings. And everything held up great. Everything held up great and there were no issues. And that just happened right behind me. I don't know what that was, but all I know is look over there, there's a tree shaking. Probably a bear coming to get me right now. All right, let's get back on topic because I completely lost my train of thought now. That completely disrupted my train of thought, so let's go on to the measurements. Retaking the measurements 1 year later. Not yet. Right here. Clearing out brush and getting stuff cleared out here. Ha! I miss you like I miss a rock in my shoe. Comment down below if you know what I'm quoting. By the way, love that movie. All right, anyways. Get our measurements. I don't remember what last year's were. Get this level. I'm at 31.5 inches. 28 inches? Oh wait, no, I'm up here. You big dummy. You big dummy. 30.25. Yeah, 30.25. I was measuring the bottom of this. Oh lordy. That's funny. I did something that stupid. I had that right there, nice and flat, right through the center of the wheel. And with an accurate measurement, we have 3 inches. Let's go this way. 40.
Upside down.
4 3/4. 44 3/4. 46 1/4 right here. 43 and nope, 44 inches. 44 inches. 44 1/4. And while we're here, you ain't really able to see it very good. Hey, I might be able to turn you. Yeah, good enough. Oh, 32 7/16. No, it was the top of the, okay, tell you what, this is the 32 7/16 the top of the bumper. 36 inches at the bottom of the fender. Oh, I'm laying on the fender. Yeah, 36 inches at the bottom of the fender. I forgot which one I measured. 33 and a half. We'll figure it out. I just screen recorded the old video today so I can compare. Just gonna do some math. By the magic of technology, poof, the math is done. The MetalCloak lift added 2.5 in the front and 4.5 in the rear because the Jeep already had a 2.5 inch lift on it. So I didn't have a baseline to start from, a stock suspension. Now that was a net total of 5 in the front, 7 in the rear. Since then, 10,000 miles in 1 year of using the Jeep, it has settled down to about 4 inches in the front and about 5.25 inches in the rear. So your stipulations here are that my Jeep is empty at this point. So this is the Rocklander variant of the Game Changer suspension. So it is designed to have a little bit more weight on it, and the Jeep is currently empty. If I put some weight in the rear, it'll settle down. So it should be 3.5 in the front, 4.5 in the rear. And these numbers pretty well back that up. It's a little bit higher than what they advertised, but my Jeep's also empty. So there's your stipulation with measurements. 1 year later, I would 100% do this again the exact same way. I would do the same drop brackets. I would do the 3.5 inch lift with the Rocklander lift in the rear. It has been perfect. I have loved it. I have no complaints. This is the best thing I've ever had. Only people I can think that had bought MetalCloak suspensions and didn't like it. I think this is geared towards rock crawling, and I think other kits are geared more towards overlanding. My driving is geared more towards overlanding than is rock crawling, but I don't care about the comfort of overlanding. I just wanted the ability to, when I hit an obstacle, I know my suspension can conquer it. The flex on this thing is absolutely amazing. The droop when you go over an obstacle. I mean, I did those trails that are hard, and this Jeep had no trouble with them. I don't have a front locker, and I've gotten 2 Jeep badges of honor on very difficult courses without a front locker because the suspension articulated and kept both wheels on the ground. So that has been awesome. I have loved that. 100% recommend MetalCloak suspension. If I want to go ride somewhere, I have to drive hours away from my house because in middle Georgia, there's really nowhere to ride. There's a lot of dirt roads. If you see most of my videos around here, they're dirt roads. There's not a lot of real good off-roading to go do. There's one park, I've still never been there. River Rock's about an hour from my house, I've never even been there. But you know, you go to places like Talladega, you go to North Georgia mountains, that's a 3-4 hour drive minimum. Drive down to Savannah, go ride in the beach, that's a 4 hour drive. Everywhere I go, it's a great spot because I can go a lot of places in 4 hours. It's a bad area I live in because there is nothing near my house to go do. So I needed something to go drive long distances, and it did that well. I drove this thing all the way to Texas. That was a 2,500 mile round trip adventure. What is going on in the woods around here while I'm talking? A tree just fell down back here. My Lord. That's the second time that happened. We're leaving all this in the video. Hey, this is I did a 2,500 mile round trip adventure to Texas. No issues driving this thing on the highway, 75, 80 miles an hour. Then taking it off-road and hitting the trails, articulating it, and then coming back out of that canyon in Palo Duro and riding it all around, exploring Texas. Went to Gas Monkey Garage, all these kind of places like that. This thing went straight from off-road to on-road, no issues. I mean, this suspension is amazing. It has held up to landing on rocks at Beasley's Knob. I took a rock and I missed it, and I fell on it, and I drug it all the way down the bottom of the suspension, spit it out the other end. Guys, this thing acted like it wasn't even there. It rode the MetalCloak suspension. That stuff held up, didn't bend, didn't give. Took some metal out of the bottom of it, no issues at all. That's 1 year of being used, by the way. So yeah, in this video, I'm gonna try to put in the comments or a link, or however you do the YouTube thing. I'll link you back to the install video because nobody watched it. It only had like 400 views. MetalCloak suspension, 1 year review, 2 thumbs up. Love it. I would highly recommend this. If you're wanting to do any kind of overlanding and throw some rock crawling in it, this is for you. If you want to do rock crawling, this is 100% the one you need. If you're just doing overlanding, I don't know. If you're worried about weighing down your vehicle, that's the issue where I've heard people who bought this and had issues. So, me personally, I ran the cheaper section. This is the red shocks, by the way. It's the cheap one. I didn't even get the expensive one. So, if you get the black shocks or something like that, it's probably even better. Maybe then it can handle overlanding with heavy weight. It's never been an issue with me. I say I lived in this thing for 10 days at one point. Took everything I owned and the dog. No issues. Held fine, rode fine on the road, rode fine on the interstate, rode fine off-road. I don't get why everybody has problems with it, but I don't know, maybe if you got something heavier, I don't have a rooftop tent. That probably makes a difference. I sleep in the vehicle. Maybe the rooftop tent is what messes everybody up with it, but I didn't have any issues. I would highly recommend this suspension. At the same time, guys, I'm gonna tell you, I mean, MetalCloak don't even know I exist, even though it's funny because they commented on the video last time. Say they at least knew I made a video, but to my knowledge, they don't know I exist. They don't know who I am. I didn't get a discount. I paid, the only discount I got was I bought it during a holiday. I think I bought it during President's Day and I got a 10% discount. Same discount you could have got. I didn't get a promo code. I didn't get a paid advertising. Any of the YouTube stuff that people do when they make money, I didn't get none of that. 100% paid out of cash, out of pocket for this lift. Did it all by myself, laying right here in on my back. No garage, no lift. I did it with jack stands and a tarp over the vehicle to protect me from the rain. On a little concrete pad in my driveway that ain't even level. And again, hard to do it that way. It'd be much better if you had a garage and a lift, but you can do it without it. That is all for the review. Enjoy it. Hope you like it. 1870 Off-Road. We'll see you. Thanks for watching along. There'll be a few buttons on the screen here. A video that YouTube thinks you'll like. Here's a video and a playlist that I think you'll like. You can click on one of those and check out something else.